PIK was the one, it did pop all the way to the upside. I shot the stock all the way back down to around $4. Sold, covered my position in anticipation of this stock to hold this area as some form of inverse head and shoulder. But guess what? We couldn't break back through the 50 exponential moving average, and the stock sold right off and trying to fill this gap. Okay, so we're trying to fill this gap right now, of which we're good morning, good afternoon, guys. Well, this is your boy Francis. Welcome to the Trading Success Show. This past week has been a very crazy week in the market. Looking at the SPY, which is your Spider S&P 500 ETF, we're now seeing a drastic move in the market, in the sense that you think the market is trading like a penny stock. Okay, the market is trading like a very tiny float looking market of looking stock. Now, in the previous week, I talked about the possibility of the market pushing right into the 450 zone. Now, let's take a look at it on the broader view. Okay, this is the area I was expecting the market to reject and then back into the 200 moving average for a retest of that spot. Why? Because I was expecting this 200 moving average to act as a resistance going forward, but it broke out of that area into 450 only to reject it back very hard. And this is pretty much the way the market trades, right? So we pretty much bounced up into resistance, rejected resistance, and couldn't hold resistance, and just sold right off because we have effing Jay Powell speaking. Now we need to ban these guys from speaking. We need to ban them from speaking until the actual date. Every time all these feds, from different states, they keep coming out to hear their opinion. We don't need their opinion in the market. Just leave the comment, the hawkish comment, just right for the actual Fed's day. Okay, so that is my expectation for them. That is what I want them to do, rather than coming out every single day. This one speaks, that one speaks, the other one speaks. I'm tired of it, right? But anyways, I digress. Now we're looking at this area for support. Reason is because let's take a look at Cheetah Flow real quick and look at what they traded on SPY. Okay, we got so many calls that came in and so many puts that came in as well, right? So let's do this real quick. Get this refreshed out and then type in SPY. Now you see what they've been really buying in terms of SPY. They've been buying next week, and of course let's take a look at the sellers. Look at on the right side, see how they just hammer and hit home on the SPY to the sell side. 425 4. I think most of them are hedging their position. Okay, so all these are sell positions. Now look at the top right here, they're also buying as well. These are the dark pool prints from Cheetah Flow. Okay, that is the broader aspect of the market for you, and that is what I'm looking forward to. Now we're really extended to the downside in the market, and I'm expecting some form of a bounce around the 425 or even 420. That is another area I'm expecting a bounce off, since the market is trading like a penny stock, right? So we'll really pull lower to the downside. Now let's take a look at it on stock chart as well. See how we've really come right from the recent highs in the SPY. See where we've come. So far we've been around 11%. Okay, 11% so far, but the previous lows was around 14.5 15% area. So you know, right, we're doing okay for now, but for this recent lows, we've been like 5.5% or so in the market. So you know, looking at the market, the broader view, we're all down. Okay, we're really down, looking at just some spotted greens, but overall we are down in the market. So for me, I'll be expecting some form of a little bounce to the upside, just for the short covering to occur in the market. I've talked about the market too much. Now let's get into it. This is not a recommendation to buy or to sell any stock whatsoever. This is for entertainment purposes only. And also today, we're going to be dealing with small price, low float stocks in the market. If I cannot post everything here or analyze everything here, I will be posting them up on my Twitter or on my stock tweet. Like this is my stock tweet. You can, you know, follow me on stock tweet and things that I tweet about and what my expectations are for stocks and all these low price, low float stocks, right? Now, let's get into the first stock of the day. This is BTAI. Reason why I brought this up is because this has been selling off. Look at it. Okay, there was a price target increase on this name, and all of a sudden we sold right off. Right now we're breaking support. So keep an eye out to see if this double bottom really hold in the coming days. RODUS as well, we're looking for support. Okay, support right now is resting on this trend. If this trend does hold, then we can continue to bounce to the upside. But overall, keep an eye out for $7 as a natural support in anticipation of this downtrend break on this name. ISPC is really consolidating and holding this area for now. 350 is our support in the market of ISPC. NM as well. Okay, NM right now we're pushing. We just broke right through this downtrend. What am I expecting now? My expectation is to continue pushing and pushing and pushing, right? But guess what? We pushed through the 200 moving average. So for now, I'll be expecting some form of a pullback off this area in this name. Even a retest of this breakout zone is possible. So keep an eye out on NM as well. NRSN. This one, right now, our $3 is going to act as our, you know, it's going to act as overall natural resistance, as the 20 and 50 exponential moving average right now is acting as a resistance. You see how we push into that area, rejected it back down, and now we're continuing again to see if we can reclaim that spot and break through $3. BFROI as well, we're looking for a push through $4. Okay, $4. If this area holds, then we've defined the foundation for 20 and 50 exponential moving average to act as a support in anticipation for the break of this downtrend. So keep an eye out on this name. $5 will come in handy. $5 will come in easy on that name. HCDI. Why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because we broke right through the 200 moving average, which is a big deal, which is a very solid deal, right? But for now, we rejected that $3 back down to that 200 moving average area. So I'll be expecting this area to hold as a support, to really hold this spot as a support. If we reclaim $2.65, this can push right back up to the upside. YTEN as well, right now we're looking at price possibly bounce off this 338 area, but you know, keep an eye out because we've been rejecting the 200 moving average so far. ALDX as well, we're pulling back. Like I said, you know, there was a fantastic fantastic push to the downside in the market, and it took most of this stock with them. Also look at the fact that 350 is going to act as our support for now. Red B, Revolution Bias, right? No, Revolution Biosciences. At this point in time, we rejected the 50 exponential moving average only to really sell off hard down into forming this triple level of support. Why? There's a trend right here. This is one, another one, and another one. DJ Kali. Well, anyways, we're looking at price continue to push to the upside into $2 to retry again. That is the expectation for the stock. Okay, so keep an eye out on that as well. This one is a fail IPO. GNS. GNS right now, I think the first day it got traded, it like overpriced IPO, and now back down to the $5-6 zone. Just keep an eye out. I think volume is coming in, but don't let the volume fool you, because the market maker has their objective, right? ENSC, what are we looking at? $1 is acting as a support, which is a good thing, which is a very solid thing so far. Sopa, SOPA, right now we're about to bounce off that trend support. Okay, $2 is our support so far on this name, so keep an eye out, see if we can bounce back into the 250 or even more on that name. I would love this to really push. ROENT, they report earnings the other day and then sold right back down into support. See, we're bouncing right off, got into a resistance, the 50 exponential moving average, and then failed that level. See if price can really continue to show some strength. VYG arrow, this one I talked about it last week, and I said we've really extended on this stock, okay, and our area to look for is the 20 exponential moving average. Every time we get to that spot, we bounce right off, and if we reject that area, look for support around the 20. But right now 20 did not hold as a support, and we're back to the 50 exponential moving average. So keep an eye out, see if price can really do something good. DOGZ, I also talked about it previous week that I will be expecting some form of action on this name like the previous action. See what happened here. We fail, and now guess what? We fail. If you're a short seller, you know what to do. Okay, the last time I talked about it, we were about around the $6 zone on this name last week. TISI, I also talked about TISI in previous week. I said if price can really bounce off this 20 exponential moving average, we should be alright. $2 didn't act as a support, and now we're back down into the 50 exponential moving average, and of course it coincides with our trend line right here, which is this 160 area. So keep an eye on that area, keep an eye out on the stock, and see if price can bounce off that spot for now. ENSC, I talked about the $1 as a support. SYTA as well, $1 is going to act as a support. USEG, what are we looking at? We're looking at the oil and gas. The oil and gas didn't do good so far. Look at SLE. XLE is our ETF for the energy sector. Right now, what are we doing right now? Let's take a look at it real quick. We are breaking trend to the downside. Okay, we rejected the $85 zone, $82 zone, and only what? to pull back down. Right now, let's see if price can work this area of 50 exponential moving average for the bounce. If the issue with Russia continues and the embargo and all that deal with the oil and gas and stuff like that, I think we can push. But right now our 200 moving average is acting as a support, so see if this area holds as a support, then we can bounce right through. Even looking at HUSA as well, pulling back down to that level, so keep an eye out, see if something really happens in the oil and gas. Also INDO, Indonesian Energy, this one I picked some around $15 and then we bounced right into 30. I sold some 27, 28. I couldn't get the $30 sale, but guess what, we'll back down into this area. I added some on Friday around the $18 zone in anticipation of the oil and gas move on Monday morning, so keep an eye out on Indo. Also MITQ also bounced right off. This is a one of a boom boom looking candle, but at the same time, it's my kind of way of saying, there is some form of indecision at this point in time, but we're looking at price rejecting that 185 area to pull back down. We really broke this downtrend, so I'll be expecting some form of a pullback into 150 or 140 in the coming days. LGVN, what are we talking about? LGVN, this is the downtrend to keep an eye out. The reason is because we also have our support at the 20 exponential moving average. Okay, so if price push, I think we can get back into 1750 on LGVN. So keep an eye, keep this really close. I think we can bounce on this name as well. CROTD, we got support at $1. VWTR right now, this flag, you're looking at it, and if this area 1575 break, then we're looking at 1550 break, guys, we can pull back down to $14.20. HOTH, okay, I talked about it on the previous chart, right, about the drop off of the stock and the pushback of the stock drops and push. That was what, DOGZ, right? Now this one is to the upside. See how we pop, we fail, we pop, we fail, and we pop and fail. Okay, so any pop again on HOTH, they will shut that stock again. They will shut that stock to the downside. Look at this as well. See how we consolidated around this, it push all the way up, down, pop down, up, down. So keep an eye out on these names as well. AHT, we're looking at a pullback as the market pulls back, $8 as a support in the coming days. CNTX, we're looking at $1.50 as a support. RKDA, oh my goodness, this one, reason why I'm excited is because I took some position because of why this area is acting as a support, acting as a solid support, consolidating around this $1.15, $1.10 area in anticipation of this downtrend break. If we can break, then we'll continue to push back up to the upside, and then we can jubilate, right? PIK was the one, it did pop all the way to the upside. I shot the stock all the way back down to around $4. Sold, covered my position in anticipation of this stock to hold this area, some form of inverse head and shoulder. But guess what? We couldn't break back through the 50 exponential moving average, and the stock sold right off and trying to fill this gap. Okay, so we're trying to fill this gap right now, of which we're really accomplishing at this point in time. So right now your support is going to be $2. That's what your support is going to be on this name. CYN as well. CYN is beginning to gain traction, is beginning to gain momentum. So right now we're looking at this little gap fill right here on CYN. All right, there's nothing better than looking at chicken soup for the soul of entertainment. That's the business we are on, right? So right now $13 area got rejected, and then we just sold right off. You know, like I said, you know, most of all this stock is good. The first day, the second day, the third day, expect some form of action on them, see if they can push back. Most especially stocks that suddenly surge to the upside, look for shorting those stocks back down to the mean. Okay, to support area $9. For me, I would have covered around $9. Okay, because why? That is our trend line support. But then you see, we still got more, right? So for now, keep an eye out, see if price can continue to push to the upside. You have obstacle here at the 20 and the 50 exponential moving average. Of course, we're looking at SNDL right now. 50 cents is going to act as a support if river split doesn't take place. BAOS, we're looking at more to the upside. We rejected this 200 moving average only to pull back down and then continue again. $1 is going to act as a support for now. IMMX, we also have 144. Keep an eye out on that as well. This NRGV $13 is acting as a support for now. ISPO right now, man, look at that $10 SPAC deal, SPAC play. I will put back all the way back to $6 area. So I'll be looking for some form of a coil around this spot on that name. CELZ as well, $2 is going to act as a support. Guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. I think this will do, and the remaining chat, I'm going to post them up on my stock tweet, which also include SNSV, PULM, BCTX, FLG, GFA, GGE, TIG, and a lot more. So I'm going to post them up on my Twitter. Just keep an eye out on those names as well. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you for spending your weekend with me. Have a fantastic week ahead, guys. Remember, trade cautiously, take profit as the stock pushes, take profit as they surge. You don't want the stock to go to the moon, okay? You don't need the moon. You just need to take profit as it goes up, okay? That is how you survive in the market. That is how you make it in the market. Thank you, guys. Have a fantastic weekend, guys. Peace and love. Bye-bye.